Hello guys, so Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 690. Today we do Tron, a little gold book release. This is a 1982 movie, based on the Walt Disney movie. So let's read it out, shall we? See what we got for us. It's written by, it's adapted by Matthew J. Gilbert. Illustrated by Alicia Tronfo. Published by Golden Book New York, release copyright 2025 by Disney, already deserved. See, here's the Tron computer devices. So, here we go. There's never been a gamer like Kevin Flynn. Wow. In his arcade, he mastered every move, best in every boss, okay? And leveled up to become a legend on the leaderboards. Wow, okay. Everyone knows Flynn's name, but very few know his secrets before he played games. And it kinda makes sense anyways. There you go on that, folks. Next page. Anyways, he actually made games. Wow. While working at Incom, the powerful tech company, he created the most popular video game of the planet Earth. Wow. Space Paranoids. Wow. Flynn should have gotten all the gaming glory. Wow, okay. But the company stole the game and booted him for the system. Wow, okay. Flynn trusts his friends and fellow programmers, Laura and Alan, to help him uncover the truth. Okay? Together they sneak into Incom to get proof, but they are being watched by the MCP, Incom's Master Control Program for short. But anyway, the MCP says his size on with intruders and schemes to stop them. Is this game over for Flynn or his friends? Well, we had to find out and see what happens for this arcade game. We'll see what happens. Next page. Anyways, zap. Wow, okay. I didn't mean to read that, but anyway, let's move on. Flynn flies a computer terminal and tries to hack into the system and search for clues. Boost clues, that is. But anyway, he doesn't notice a computer special laser powered by his behind him. Wow, okay. Zap. Anyways, going to have it put you on the game grid, the Master Control Program said. Suddenly, Flynn is zapped with a shocking surprise. I agree. So, it may be a zap moment. So, there you go on that. It had to be in between of that. Next page. Anyways, the flash of lights, my that power goes between pixels. Pixar, ladies and gentlemen, which John Lasseter saw in Fears in 1982, which became Pixar in 1986. Anyways, Flynn can't believe his eyes. He's been completely digitalized. Oh my god. He's the first human ever to be uploaded into a grid. Okay. A digital wall inside the computer, which makes sense anyway. Grids that say made in circuits, bustling with bytes and paralyzed by programs. Makes sense anyway. But it's in the MCP's world now. He's thrown in jail and shackled with the Azure desk. Wow. He runs all the programs must wear the desk at all times. Wow, okay. It can be used as an ID of the prize ritual to launch. Will you be stuck in the grid forever? Well, you're telling me. You gotta make more sense anyway, so there you go. It could be happening, so there you go. Next page. Anyways, the Master Control Program informs his second-in-command Stark about Flynn's arrival. Stark is nervous when he learns about that Flynn is the usual programs he used to push around. Makes sense anyway. The difficulties are now. Anyway, Flynn is a human user. The MCP doesn't fear users here. After all, the grid is the main. Don't want them in the games or the MCP. We'll see. Flynn's cat quickly learns that the life in the grid is no game. He's given a chance to follow the MCP or battle other programs in the grid. Flynn meets a tough security program who uses the X-ray disc like a shield or weapon. So anyway, find out foes. Flynn's thinks he looks like an alien, you tell me. But this program's name is Tron. The movie Tron, that is. He fires on the human users. And that is way more perfect sense in any way. So there you go, it can happen anyway. Next page. Anyways, this time comes for Flynn to test his skills in the grid. The first challenge is like a game of catch. Playing ball, that is. Anyway, move on. Next, but with one big difference. Before advantage, wherever the ball bounces, Flynn nearly falls when his opponent knocks out the floor beneath him. You tell me. He's stepping up this game. Flynn serves the win ball. Tell me. Anyways, but when he won't finish, his opponent Stark sends the losing program crashing into doom. Okay? Flynn realizes the MCP's plan to keep him here forever. How long that is. It can happen. So there you go and die. It has to be more something anyway. Next page. Anyways, needing something to help him fight against the MCP, Flynn forms an alliance with Tron. So my God. They had planned a game getaway during the light cycle race. Flynn and Tron pilot their fast bikes with the high scores. Anyway, run that makes Shark's warriors crash into maze-like walls. Wow. Flynn and Tron spot a hole leading out to the area and make their daring escape. It can happen anyway, so there you go. It makes more sense anyway. Next page. Anyways, Shark senses a fleet of tanks at the Flynn and Tron, blasting their runaway bicycles to bits. Good enough, I guess. In the chaos, Flynn and Tron became separated. It can happen. On the other side of the screen, it all looks so easy, Flynn said to himself. It sets up along the strange new world, looking for a new way to defeat the MCP. Anyway. Suddenly there is a spark of hope. Anyway. Flynn discovers he can change the grid. The circuits around him seems to magically respond to his touch because he's a user. You tell me. And here users with powers are like superpowers. Okay? Flynn makes an airship appear out of the rubber with a wave in his hands. The ship is called a recognizer. And if you crashes, he wants to pilot it over the grid. It kind of makes sense anyway, so there you go. You can easily that way. Next page. Anyways, meanwhile, Tron journeys to the place that connects to the real world. The input-output, which is a computer thing, by the way, nowadays. Anyways, tower. He needs to communicate with user Alan. And he learns how to shut down the MCP. And along the way, he meets Joy. A programmer who wants to help Roy's users from that. Roy's used Tron to demolish television. Not what that is years ago. But anyway, the cranky old guardian of the old tower. I/O tower, yeah. In the act of rebellion against the MCP, Demont allows Tron in, sending a signal out. Good enough. Tron steps in the I/O tower, something like that, being in life his gravity disc to the sky. Good enough, I guess. Anyways, as the disc blows up, he hears a voice from outside the grid. It's Alan, his user. Sending the beam of light back down. I'm creating information of your disc that will erase the MCPs and change the system, Alan tells him. Good enough. With the New Hope and the enchanted disc, Tron and Yori set off the central core, the heart of the MCP. That's good news for all of us. And that makes more perfect sense anyway. We're almost done here. Next page. Anyways, Yori released Tron, something like that, aboard the Source Sarah transport, but Stark guards discover them, while Yori takes the controls. Tron sends the guards plummeting to the ground. Something like that. Anyway, but one guard managed to hold on. Green's programs, the guard said. Explained when red armor disguised as one of the Tron's minions. Minions from the yellow minions, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? So, Tron helps him climb aboard, introducing him to Yori. As the magic changes armor back to blue, Flynn reveals that he was really a user. Tron and Yori are amazed. And that is a perfect way to make more sense anyway. That's good options right there. Next page. Anyways, the heroes are so close to freedom. But Stark's airship is even closer. Curious that they are made it this far. The Master Control Program freezes, when I pronounce it anyway. The Solar Savior, something like that. Anyway, awareness for the existence. This forces Tron, Flynn, and Yori to abandon ship. As the brave heroes continue their way to the Central Core, the MCP gives Stark a giant upgrade. Gone with poor power, he slowly towers over Tron. The brave program fearlessly stands up to the giant, but Stark is so much too strong. Wow. Anyways, Sully Flynn jumps into action, running the MCP's energy beam. Destroys the grid, defense, something like that. Anyway, giving Tron is one chance to throw the disc at his control core. Kaboom! Wow. Okay, the burst of the brilliant blue light shoots out of every tower. The MCP is destroyed, but the programs are finally free. And the future once again looks bright. And that is the way you do that. In any way, shape, or form. That is a good idea. Last page of the book says this. In a sense, Flynn is zapped back in this real world and proof that he had created space paranoid like that. He becomes a new boss of income, and he's even given a hero's welcome by his friends, Alan and Laura. Good enough, I guess. Green's programs. Flynn says with a smile. He hugs them, happy to be back home, sitting in front of the computer. Instead of being out inside one, let the games began. And that is the way to end that movie story book. And that is perfect sense anyway. So it's Tron, World Golden Book release. What do you think of this book? It was a great movie book, story book to read. So far this book was a success. That was Bedtime Stories episode number... What did I just hear? Really? Anyways, that was Bedtime Stories episode number 690. Hope you enjoyed. It's going to be another Bedtime Stories episode number 691. Which is going to be about Hey Barney! A Barney's World book. Now my excuse me, I got to add a music zone video on, let's just say, You by CB Wright, and it's going to be almost finished by the time I get done with 3 Weekend Jokes episodes, and I get ready for bed, because after this is over, I will need to get ready for work the next day. Till next time, so join us by baby, we get more videos, excuse me, let me speak, anyway, we get more videos, we're going to be still say out, see ya.